I
What
got the
is up,
notification.
YouTube? Welcome back to episode 6 of the Slide Job podcast. I am here. Chenry has made it 2 straight podcasts. Shout out to you, Chenry. And we got some interesting stuff here. We got there was a Daniel Suarez fight, Las Vegas review, ISM preview, and there was a lot of. I mean, it's qualifying, but there was some weird stuff that actually went down here, and especially considering it is the old package from last year, which is something that we'll get into as well. And we
It's
actually have
not.
something to talk about with Haley Deegan, and then we'll be answering your guys' questions that you guys asked us over the week. So let's get right into it. Caleb, do you have anything to start off with?
First off, it's not the old package.
Hmm?
It's not the old package.
It isn't? I thought it was
No,
pretty much. Oh,
it's
the
different.
same. It's the same
As Atlanta, I
like
think.
as Atlanta. Is it the same as
Yeah,
Atlanta or is it the same as last year?
same as
But
Atlanta.
or
It's
I'm
not the
sorry.
same as
Okay,
last.
sorry. Hold on. What I'm trying to say is it the exact same as Atlanta?
Slightly different. It's kind of like basically kind of Atlanta was the exact package, but a variation of it.
I thought it was like Las Vegas, but with full. Or I thought it was last year, but then
No,
that does make sense. Is it
yeah,
like Las
the only
Vegas but
track
with full horsepower?
pretty much.
Okay. All right. I just heard
The
I
only,
heard Eric say it'd be interesting to see how it is back up to regular horsepower, and that just made me think we went back to the normal package. And question, is that the same for Bristol and Martinsville?
Bristol and Martinsville was last year's package.
Okay, that's right.
And
That's I didn't
both
know because
courses
ISM's kind of like a
package.
short track. Well, it is a short track.
Well, it's a mile. It's a half a short
So.
track. Logan.
But anyways, so back on topic here. First thing we're going to talk about is Daniel Suarez fight because it just happened a couple hours ago. Well, there's not much to talk about. From what I understand, he feels like Michael McDowell slowed him down. And once again, it's qualifying. Why are we making such a big deal about it? One positive I see, this does show that Daniel Suarez has a backbone, but why are we? I mean, in the history of NASCAR, has there really been fights over qualifying? I mean, I can't remember one. I mean, obviously, if somebody wrecks somebody, but apparently just Michael McDowell slowed him down. That's Daniel Suarez's fault for going in behind Michael McDowell. I mean, it's kind of like, I think, I mean, the positive is now we know Suarez has a backbone, but I think he kind of
Use it at the right
time to use it. Yeah, and he just kind of came off as a crybaby to me. But that's really all there is to talk about the Daniel Suarez fight. But I just wanted to point that out because that actually happened a couple hours ago. Anything you got on that chick, Caleb? I mean, not much.
No.
All right.
Not much.
Now we're going to go ahead and look back at the Las Vegas review. And I kind of basically did mine in my video that just came out this morning. I said it was interesting. It was a lot more interesting than last season. But again, it's nothing much really more. It just kind of had. It was like you had the first 5 or 6 cars. They would pull off after being side by side for 2 laps, which is great. If restarts what you guys wanted, you guys got your interesting restarts because y'all are set then. But I don't think there's that many people out there that just wanted restarts. And then like there'd be 5. I think it was like Martin Truex, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano. Kind of those guys would kind of just pull away, and then you'd have those guys pull away, and then you'd have it like 5 through 20, I would say, probably. Just kind of, battle it out, moving around, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. And why I say it's a lot interesting because in the other package, you would have first pull away like 4 seconds from second, and fifth and sixth are like 2 seconds away from each other, and it definitely, the new package has made it a lot interesting. I think probably once you get to 5th place, everybody's pretty much in between a second of each other. I would say maybe 2 seconds if they really got to run. But then, anyways, then that lead pack, the first, like I think it was Logano and Harvick. They pulled away, had their battle, and Logano, I believe, won in stage 2. I didn't watch stage 1. But yeah, that pretty much seemed to be a summary of the race, and it was interesting. But I still I feel like I don't know. I really enjoyed it. but then again, I felt like there was just something missing.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, it's better than what we had last year.
oh
The
yeah,
actual,
definitely a tons better. I don't
as I
know.
said, the race itself was boring. It had been more boring with last year's package. The actual racing in general was not that bad. There was a lot of passing.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, I would say probably a top 10 race last year if I want to be honest with you. Top 5 if it was last year. Uh,
But the first one was boring, is what I'm saying.
no, no, I'm saying if this race happened last year on the old
Oh,
package, it'd probably be a top 5 race. To be quite frank, like
yeah.
Chicagoland, Bristol, Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
I only say Watkins Glen because Chase won, and then like the
Yeah.
iconic finish of him and Jimmy. But anyway, so that's really I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about? Joey Logano won. Uh, Ford was fast, proving that Ford might be
And
the best
Skin
manufacturer.
still
Uh,
does kind of struggle. They finished well, but
who
they still struggled.
who Hendrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is something that we are actually going to get into as we go into kind of the ISM preview. Which, speaking of which, is where we're at right now, and the big headline going in has been, can anybody beat Harvick? Because he has, what, 9 wins at this track. He's
Yeah.
dominant year in and year out, and it seems like nobody can really beat him. I mean, even if he's having an off year, he still seems to be able to win or at least do really good here. And I don't see that changing. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I don't see that really slowing down of him having a really great race here.
I don't either.
I think I think we can
All my
all peg
fantasy
him
team, I
in
have
for
him.
competing. Yeah, yeah,
I
you
don't even
definitely have to put Kevin Harvick on your.
fantasy.
Yeah, I think he at least takes the stage and is definitely competing
However,
for the win. Uh,
however, one guy has won first practice and qualifying. The same guy,
Ryan
Ryan
Blaney.
Blaney. And I think that's the one guy has a chance of beating him.
And yeah, and we're going to get into that here in just a second. But we're going to, well, I guess technically we're getting into it, but we're going to go ahead, go over qualifying results. Ryan Blaney gets the pole. Chase Elliott in second, as those are my 2 favorite drivers. I am the happiest person on planet Earth right now. And then we got Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch behind him, 2 of my least favorite drivers. I don't really hate Denny Hamlin anymore, but definitely Kyle Busch. Then Brad Keselowski.
Yeah.
Now, here's another interesting thing: is Alex Bowman and William Byron 6th and 7th. Really interesting to see them have good qualifying here.
Yeah.
Kevin
The only
Harvick.
thing I would be concerned about Bowman, they were interviewing him before qualifying. He says car had really struggled, so maybe they turned around for qualifying. I don't know. Hopefully they fixed it.
Yeah, hopefully that wasn't just a qualifying thing. Like, because sometimes they
He
can
said before.
make it
I
extra
know
fast for
he
qualifying,
says,
and kind of drops
well, he
off.
says bad in qualifying trim and race trim, and he qualified 7th, so we'll see.
Yeah, and you got to remember this is home track. He almost won a race here in the
Yeah.
88 car when he was subbing for Dale. So it's
But also that
definitely,
means
I would say, I don't know, you would know the best. Is this his best track on the circuit?
no,
What would you say is his best, out of curiosity?
too early to tell. But I don't think it's ISM because also you got to remember when he dominated Phoenix, the 88 won that previous year there, and they had fast cars there too.
Yeah, but I mean,
I just don't think it's his best because he ran terrible
right.
at both races last year there.
Yeah, good point. I mean, it's obviously I just remember that, and I just
Yeah,
that's what. But maybe he can turn that around, and maybe he'll change your mind. But you never know.
I'm not saying he's bad there. I'm not
Oh
saying
yeah,
that at all.
right. He's obviously good considering he dominated. But yeah, I could
Yeah,
see. I don't know what would be his best track besides super speedways. Then that's kind of
I
like
mean
you
it's
said.
too early to
I
tell.
mean, he's really only ran 2 races at the most.
Yeah, I
Could,
mean like
doubles. So okay, whatever.
we can tell
Let's continue
William.
on. Yeah.
I mean his Phoenix finishes. Just to be curious right now.
Uh,
His first ever Xfinity race there, he came in 11th. He actually came in 11th in points with a low budget team. No, I'm getting off topic there, but I just read that.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking back. It's
and
pretty
I've
cool.
never denied his talent. I mean, everybody's been
Yeah.
was so down on him, but I've always thought he was good. I never
I mean, did
really.
anyone do good in Tommy Baldwin Racing or BK Racing?
No, I mean BK Racing died. I'm pretty sure, is Tommy Baldwin Racing still around?
Yeah, Tommy Baldwin Racing fired him because he started driving for Junior Motorsports part time. He's like, if you ain't your main focus, you're done.
Hasta luego. Anyways, and that obviously turned out better for him. Kevin Harvick
Yeah.
in 8th. The 19 of Martin Truex Jr. 9th, and Eric Jones rounds out your top 10 and, well, 10th. Then Daniel Hemrick, he gets 11th. He's really looking good in qualifying. Now he just needs to do it in the race. Austin Dillon in 13th, and I skipped Joey Logano in 12th. Eric Almirola 14th, Jimmy Johnson 15th, Kurt Busch 16th, Paul Menard 17th, Ryan Newman 18th, Ricky Stenhouse 19th, Ty Dillon 20th. He's another one who just needs to get a race going. Brian Priest 21st, Chris Buescher 22nd, Bubba Wallace 23rd. Way to qualify in the top 25. Shout out to you, Bubba. Corey LaJoy 24th, Matthew Benedetto 25th, Clint Boyer 26th, Michael McDowell 27th, Daniel Suarez 28th, I almost said David Regan, 29th, 30th, Kyle Larson 31st. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, that's really, Ross Chastain 33rd, only 36 cars this week, and Quinn Huff, I guess would be the terminology. Top speed, 125. Let's just go ahead and compare that to your pole sitter, Ryan Blaney. 141. That is an entire, appears, that'd be what, 15, basically 16. It'd be 16 miles per hour faster. That's
what you
mean. Way to go, Quinn Huff. Bailey Curry, he didn't even qualify. He said no homo. Yeah. But so let's go ahead and let's talk about what I'm really excited to talk about in Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott 1-2, because those are both of my favorite drivers. So obviously I'm excited to see this 1-2. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really excited that they're 1-2. Now I don't know how that will hold out, but Ryan Blaney really fast. He's in Penske, so you don't have to worry about him choking like Hendrick has been so far. Obviously if Chase wins, I'm just like, you just want to take the lead off the restart. Like, it's just going to be Blaney, he's kind of had a down start, so this is definitely a good sign for him.
But Blaney's good speed, just a lot of things out of his control.
Right. He probably very well could have won Atlanta.
I don't know about Atlanta.
Ryan Preece, well, he had the lead going into pit road, and then Ryan Preece was looking down at his tachometer. If he didn't win, he would have had a much higher finish than he did.
Yeah.
And then at Las Vegas, there was a mechanical issue not to be exact, but there was a mechanical issue which then caused him to basically the race was voided by then. But he had a fast car up at that point, and somewhat the same. Chase Elliott, it hasn't really been bad luck. He just doesn't seem to have that fast of cars. He got a top Atlanta or not Atlanta, sorry, Vegas and Atlanta. He was in the top 10, and then he just went all the way back to 22nd. So I'm not sure what happened there, but also, he's been slow and unfortunate like Blaney, but it's definitely a good sign to see Chase Elliott up front to start the race. Good signs.
And probably get back to 15th. I'm kidding, but
please no.
When else you surprised me?
Anything you got to say about him?
Phoenix has been one Chase Elliott's better track. I have him on my fantasy team this week.
Right, you got to remember he almost had the win, and then Kenseth took it away from him. I believe he was up front last year, wasn't he?
No, not by the way. If anyone else gets salty, he's just saying that Kenseth won. But said you're not calling out Kenseth. I was just pointing.
No. I don't think Kenseth even touched him. Kenseth. He definitely deserved that win. Obviously, I wanted Chase Elliott to win, but Kenseth definitely he had a fast car, and
Chase should already been in the final four, but that's the discussion for another day. Should already have been clinched the week before, 2 weeks before.
Sorry, I just got a case of the Denny's. Anyways, Chase Elliott, he drives for Hendrick Motorsports. And Hendrick Motorsports has historically been a bad qualifying team. Can we both agree on that?
Except at super speedways, for some reason they can qualify 1, 2, 3, 4 there, but they can't figure out qualifying anywhere else.
Well, this week, Caleb, they're all in the top 15, opposed to maybe one in the top 15. So
Yeah,
it seems like Kendrick has speed here, at least in qualifying, and hopefully they're able to continue that. But I did kind of
yeah,
want to point out Blaney, he doesn't drive for Hendrick, not to my knowledge.
yeah.
I would literally, I would be so happy if he went. Not even going to lie, but anyways, that's off topic. Alex
What'd you
Bowman,
say?
I said I would probably be the happiest person alive if he went to Hendrick, even though it's not going to happen.
Do you want to wreck his career? I'm kidding.
Oh,
Kidding.
okay. Anyways, Alex Bowman, William Byron, 6'7". Uh, that's again compared to how their seasons have been. That's a good sign to see him up front, at least to start. See
Like
what
his
they're
career,
able to
but
do with it, and then Jimmy Johnson's 15th. I
yeah.
couldn't tell you what the hell is going on with Jimmy Johnson at this point. I don't even want to try and figure out what's going on with Jimmy Johnson at this point. If you're watching, my condolences.
Now you know what it's like.
Anyways, a couple other notables up front. RCR has been really good at qualifying this season, but has
Then
not been able
sucked.
to get to finish it. Austin Dillon 13th, Daniel Emmerich 11th, and
I mean, it's good compared to
but
how they've
still,
been.
compared to last year, their finishes are still better. I mean, Daniel Hemrick did he get wrecked or was it just because of the caution, kind of like Blaney? Something happened to Hemrick
I think he
and
got a penalty for some reason. I
oh
want to
yeah,
say.
he got a penalty. Hemrick, he had a penalty. He was in the top 10 at Atlanta, and then the penalty happened or whatever happened to him happened, and then he just obviously couldn't come back from that. And who was the other one up there? Chris Buescher. Actually, it was interesting because it was actually Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece, and Daniel Hemrick, two rookies and another kind of middle-aged driver, all up there in the top 10. And it was really weird to see. And then the two rookies showed their inexperience, and then Chris Buescher was able to get a top 10 on that. But kind of interesting to see. There seems to be one driver that seems to be able to, last year we'd be like, oh, wow, he got a top 20 surprise. Seems to find his way in the top 10 consistently. Like one driver, whether it be Ryan Preece, Daniel Hemrick, or, you know what I mean. Just always seems to be up there in the top 10. I don't know, or is it just me?
No, I've noticed it too.
I mean,
Then again, yeah.
I feel like we kind of saw this coming with, the new package, but it's just so weird to see.
Yeah.
And speaking of people making improvements, I don't know. Did we talk about Ricky Stenhouse last week?
What?
Did we talk about Ricky Stenhouse last week?
No.
Ricky Stenhouse has been looking really good. He's qualified second. He was up front at Daytona, but Daytona is Daytona. He qualified second at Atlanta. He finished in the top 5, I think, in the first stage. Obviously not the race, but then he got penalized and just didn't seem to be able to make his way back to the front. And I think he got like a top 15, which still pretty good for Roush. Then last week at Las Vegas, he was fast. He was kind of aggressive, but that's Ryan Blaney. God bless. Why do I keep on saying Blaney's name at random times? Ricky Stenhouse. He seemed to really be confident in that 17 car, and confidence can go a long way. But like I was going to say before I just went on talking about how he's looking fast. Ricky Stenhouse is going to be aggressive, and he's probably going to have a rival by the end of the season, but doesn't have one yet. So good for him. But 6th place, I believe, finish, and he's currently 7th in the points.
I would like to call him out a little, not to be thinking. He said he was no longer working together with drivers that call him out, that he was going to watch Radioactive and what drivers talk bad about him he ain't going to work with. I think that
stupid. Is very stupid. Very, very
That's
idiotic.
what I'm saying. He wants respect, but you got to give respect.
Yeah. Is that Andy right here in the background?
Yeah, it's on the other room.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
But oh, we got copyright.
I don't think this song's copyrighted.
Hey, that means someone's watching this.
Yeah. Anyways, as I was
I
saying,
was saying about Stenhouse, but yet he's complaining about that. But yet he drives like basically driving too aggressive, and he wants to act like
yeah,
I don't know. I
right.
just
I
can't explain
mean,
it.
if that's
I'm not
his
saying Ricky Stenhouse,
if
but
that's his method, then he's gonna have like all enemies by the end of the season. Like
yeah, that's how
not
when you date Danica. I mean, it's National Women's Day. We should talk about that.
yeah, well, yeah, it's National Women's Day, Caleb. I watched Captain Marvel today. Completely booty cheeks. Just kidding. It wasn't like terrible, but
Hey, we can't say that. It's a copyrighted name.
good. Okay. Anyways, hopefully Ricky Stenhouse can keep it up. You know, we've seen drivers. I mean, Clint Boyer damn near carried MWR to a championship. Um,
Yeah.
so definitely seen crazier things. Roush Fenway. I don't think it's really been the equipment. I think it's just really been Ricky Stenhouse, and now he's finally
Newman is
coming up to his
okay.
talent. Yeah, and Newman's been pretty good, and we already knew Newman was a great driver, and Matt Kenseth showed that. I think it was really the drivers. I don't think Ricky Stenhouse is a bad driver because he won two Xfinity championships 2 times in a row. So we already knew he had talent. It was just him, getting used to the Cup Series, and for some people it takes a while. And I applaud Jack Roush for being patient with Ricky, and I
Wouldn't
mean
have much other option.
yeah, but I mean, he's been pretty patient. I mean, he could have probably gotten
but he's never
maybe
been
a Kurt Busch or a Matt Kenseth full time back.
He's never been good, but he's never been bad necessarily.
Yeah, he's just kind of a middle of the pack driver as he's been, and now he looks to be maybe a top 10 consistent driver. So hopefully he continues that. But enough about Stenhouse. Funny enough, I didn't put him in the notes, but I just happened to see him on the qualifying and I happened to think of him. But anyways, one person that's been making a lot of headlines lately after getting her second career win in the K&N Pro Series is Hailie Deegan. Now she announced, I believe it was actually announced before she won, but I just didn't hear about it. She will be running a select 6 ARCA races. Now Caleb hasn't heard hide nor hair of this, but the one time in NASCAR I can't use he, I use he. She will run, I believe, 6 races and will be sponsored by Monster Energy, Napa Auto Parts, all of that fun jazz. And I don't know I'm not even going to try to know the name of the team that she'll be running for, but she'll be in the ARCA series. What are your thoughts on that?
Nothing really.
I mean,
much
is
different than
ARCA
K&N.
really? Yeah, I was going to say, is ARCA
It's about the same
really,
as K&N.
Yeah, I was going to
Just
say,
see you against different competitors.
it's about the same as what I was thinking. I was like, I remember
Because like if you notice, like before trucks, you see like half the drivers come from ARCA, half of them come from
right. And yeah, but still, I mean, the more driving she gets, I mean, the better, right? Like, I mean, you can't really complain about that. And
no, it's probably.
And I actually saw an interview from that NASCAR guy that an NS2 car for. I mean, he's really popular. Don't get me wrong, he's way more popular than us. But I just never been able to pronounce his name. I'm pretty sure it's like N2S car for
Yeah, whatever.
Car.
He can't either.
Well, he actually did an interview with her, and I didn't see that prior. I don't actually. I think it was after our podcast, to be fair. But and I realized that they're taking it slow. She's willing to stay in the K&N Pro Series for another year.
I think she has to for at least another year.
Or
that's it.
No, she's 17. She's 17.
Okay,
she'll be 18
so she would.
The season.
That'd be good then. She'll be good.
So
we could technically there's potential. We could see her in a truck this year then.
But hold on, she said she plans to stay in the K&N Pro Series till she wins a championship. I mean, obviously, I feel like if she goes 3 or 4 years, or probably 2 years without winning a championship, she'll make the jump. But her plan is to win a championship, or at least really heavily compete for a championship in each level she's in. And I don't think there's any other better way to go about developing and growing through NASCAR.
Yeah.
And she's obviously got the talent to do it. I think she's going to win multiple races this year, especially after seeing how she won against I think his name's Jaeger Jones. That's he follows me on he followed me on Instagram.
Jagger.
Probably unfollowed me. I no, actually they called him Jaeger Jones on the broadcast. So I think that's his, I'd say that's
Well, it
probably his
depends
name.
with Vince Welch in the Bobcat.
I couldn't tell you, but where did you get Jaeger?
Exactly. I mean, we got some pretty. I mean,
But
I
anyways,
remember
she
when I said
obviously has the
Giannis,
talent,
Deontay
and
Kuba,
hopefully
Janet instead of
dominate.
Giannis.
Wait, that was Vince Welsh.
No, that was me. Remember when I said Janish instead of Janice instead of
Uh,
Giannis?
all right, that's fair. That's fair. Um, yeah, hopefully she has just had to do our weekly Deegan talk.
Who, in my opinion, they're slightly over. I'm not saying she's going to be bad,
What is up, Billy
but I
Deegan
feel like she's being overhyped.
stream?
Slightly
If you got any
overhyped.
questions, we're actually about ready to do our Q&A. So anything you want to talk about, we're going to go ahead and start out with, let's see, going to, shoot, I can't find my profile issue. All right, here we go. So if you're from Aminu, I don't know if you are or not, but on NASCAR Aminu, you guys asked, I believe this one is from Ravid Dagan fan. Maybe that's why I said that earlier. Why did they adopt the new chase format, and who the hell made it? I'm gonna let Chenry answer that one first because that was kind of like an area in my time where I was kind of blank on NASCAR.
Well, if you notice, we got down to a point in NASCAR where the ratings weren't dropping yet, but you pretty much got to the chase. Even before the chase, you already knew who was going to the championship. The old chase was, even with the chase, it just wasn't. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you already knew who was going to win the championship. And so, what was the point in watching? This way adds, and if he's talking about stages, now it's like make lap 50 actually matter versus it didn't matter. And as to who made it, I have no clue.
Yeah, and I don't think he was really referring to the stages, but yeah, I think it's kind of ironic because it was actually like what a season or two after probably one of their best chase finishes in all time. Uh,
It started in
the
that's 2014 from the 2012.
it was 14, but it was
14,
20. I was saying,
14.
yeah, I was saying 12 was like their best finish ever with Tony Stewart and
No,
well,
that was 11. That was 11.
oh okay, then it wasn't 12. I know that much.
Yeah,
Where to start
that was
the
11.
that was
13 was one of the worst, I think.
yeah, but then here is the other question. PD Gaming says on YouTube, or no, he's asking on YouTube. Why do you guys think Kurt Busch moved to the one car?
Because Stuart Haas wants someone young in there, and they want to get hook up. Suarez was a better option for the future, and they want to give him now versus if he signs with another big team, then they lost a chance of getting him, I think.
Well, I agree with what
That's
you said. And the
energy.
reason why Kurt Busch stayed was that Monster Energy sponsorship, and he's obviously talented. I mean, he already has 2 top 5s, but I think that Monster Energy sponsorship is what attracted Chip Ganassi, but I don't think even Chip expected this much speed out of him.
No. I mean, as much as I'd say it proved that Jamie McMurray was holding him back. Not that he was a bad driver, but Kurt Busch definitely better than Jamie McMurray.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's consensus, and he's shown it with already probably about half of the top 5 finishes, top 10
Let's be
finishes.
honest. Kurt Busch probably, maybe not top, but he's definitely a top 12 talent. Top 15, in NASCAR
And if he
currently.
gets on a hot streak, he's a championship contender. If he gets
Yeah,
on
I don't know
it,
if it's championship, but I think
if
he's
he gets on
definitely,
it at the right time.
yeah. I mean, was Joey Logano really a championship contender?
Last year, no. Hell no.
No, and he, no.
So
But that's kind of what makes it, I mean, that's kind of like, I don't hate this chase. I know I'm getting off topic, but.
no, that's fine. We're kind of to a point where we only got one more thing to talk about.
But
So go ahead.
I think it's like that wild card team gets lucky and wins the Super Bowl. Like go 8-8, win the wild card game. Just do they deserve the championship? No.
Right.
You know, it, you
And
know,
yeah, and you see it in March Madness. It's where it's huge. I mean, Loyola Chicago makes a run all the way to the Final Four. That's
yeah.
gonna be known as the
What if
greatest
Duke
run
chokes in
of
the
all
first
time.
round? Do we need to change the NCAA
Do,
format
do,
that's been there
yeah,
for years?
do we need to, yeah, do we need to make it where okay, Duke's the champion because they had the most that's not whoever has the most wins. Okay, again, that's not what it would be. Whoever
But
is
you
number one team overall wins
wins
the
the championship.
championship. That's what it used to be. That's actually what it used to be back in 1932.
Yeah, that's the only way Purdue could win. But let's go ahead. Shouldn't talk.
That's why I knew exactly 1932 because that's when they won.
They always choke in the tourney, though.
But
No
yeah,
offense.
way back then, that's what they did. But now they have a tournament because people got bored. Who wants to watch an entire season of
That's
basketball?
also why that's an answer to the previous question. Why the chase? It wasn't really much of a playoff system.
Right, right, and that was something I wanted to add. Then I was like, oh no, let's just talk about the other question. But no, um, yeah, I think the chase. I think the playoff format is really over scrutinized. I think if we want to get rid of the playoff format, we got to get rid of the NBA playoffs, the NFL playoffs. I don't know if it's really
Yeah, the one thing I would say, I do not like winning your end.
the one you're in is because that's like
Junk.
saying let's say an NBA team,
Which,
goes out and wins 20 games and they're automatically in, and then they just poop the rest of the season. I think that's really the big thing. If
like
they
Chris
get
Buescher,
rid of when
2016.
you're in, I'm all for this playoff system because it brings, I mean, it brings in viewership. It definitely does that.
Yeah, because why would you care about Kansas in the chase if it wasn't elimination?
Right. And why would you
Why do it?
if it's at this point of where we are as a society, we're not
Actually,
watching the
I
30
was
the 34th race of a championship where Tony Stewart, no, okay, that's literally like a terrible example. He's not even in the sport anymore. Or Kevin Harvick or Martin Truex or Kyle Busch are 60 points. 60,
I think I was watching
600.
one of the videos, and you just saw they showed like a point system from last year. Kyle Busch would have won the chase by like 47 points
What's the
if they
fun?
had.
Where's the entertainment in that? And I get that.
Pretty
Oh,
much going to
NASCAR.
It's Homestead's not finale, pretty much because you'd go in there, Kyle Busch, if he doesn't wreck on lap one.
Yeah, what's
the championship.
what is the fun in that? I just don't get why as NASCAR fans. I mean, and the thing about it is the same people that are like, oh yeah, let's go back to the old days of fun racing. Are the same people that want to get rid
Rating.
of the playoff system, which is contradicting your statement of trying to have entertaining racing because you're not going to have entertaining racing if Kyle Busch is 50.
You'd see guys quit the championship like in October.
I mean, well, I don't think Homestead is a good track, but no, that's not what I mean. I think the one race final round is not the way to go. I think you need to add at least one more race in there to allow for a little bit of drop. I mean, you don't. I mean, only the NCAA is the only one where you have a one game championship. All the rest do have multiple games, so it's not like
at the same time that
ordinary.
I kind of like it.
I mean, yes, I do kind of like it, but I think while right now we're kind of on the far side of entertainment where yes, it's entertaining, but it's like Joey Logano won a championship when he wasn't even close to being as a championship contender. Wasn't really, I think it might have been like in the top 8 throughout.
I think he came like 5th in points if he did.
Yeah, I think right. And I think we need to have a final round that has 2 races and Joey Logano doesn't do it. Ryan Newman
contradicting
won the championship.
Random contradicting statement. Jimmy Johnson's 2016 championship was more deserving than Joey Logano's 2018, in my opinion.
As a Carl Edwards fan, this one hits home.
But not referring to Carl Edwards. I mean, Carl Edwards was the most. Well, I don't know if Carl Edwards was the most deserving, but he was one of the most. Not saying that Jimmy deserved that championship, but I think because unlike the Joey Logano, Jimmy actually showed up in the chase for like every round. I think he won one race in every round.
I don't think one was above. I don't think you can place one above the other. I think
Yeah,
they're equal. I think they're just both the same occurrence.
yeah. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I mean, I see your opinion, but I guess if I had to pick one, yes, Jimmy probably would be the more deserving, but I don't think it's by a
Neither were.
long shot. I don't think either were deserving. I think
No.
bias Carl Edwards should have won, and then
I mean, it's not the driver. You should
Harvick,
pay
Truex,
drivers
or
an undeserving championship because that's out of their control. What are you mad at them for playing by the rules?
exactly like, oh yeah, I'm just going to let off, so then the guy who deserves the championship wins. I'm not going to, like
Yeah.
any. If you were in that position, you're going to do it. No matter. I don't care what you say. Oh no, I'd let off. No, you're not going to let off. You're going to go to win a NASCAR championship, and what? How can you blame?
Yeah. Exactly.
And holy,
But McQueen, you won't let off.
I mean, I guess we're not really off topic because I guess we're still kind of just talking about the question about the
It was
play.
a news week.
But anyways, with Kurt Busch,
How do we go from Kurt Busch to playoffs? What I want to know.
because I called Kurt Busch if he gets on a hot streak,
Oh yeah.
contender. But
I
anyway,
mean, it can be.
with Kurt Busch, he's definitely a great driver. He's going to make the playoffs, and it's just a matter of how many more years is he going to be in the sport. And this could
I
be
think one.
year. But I actually don't want to see him go because this is really good for Kyle Larson because Kurt Busch has been the best car this year. I don't care that Kyle Larson led the entire race. He did not do too well at Las Vegas. I think Kurt Busch right now has been at least okay, not the better driver. Do not get me wrong. He's not the better driver, not by a long shot. Kyle Larson is maybe the best raw talent in NASCAR, but Larson just is holding himself back. Let's just say that.
By going to Ganassi. Ganassi's not a bad team.
No. I mean, yes, Ganassi has been accounted for it, but Larson got that speeding penalty. Larson has ran cars to the point where once he gets the lead, he can't retain it because he's already used it all. So it's not just Ganassi. Ganassi has been a part of it with engine failures and stuff like that. Yeah, that's Ganassi.
Well, Hendrick actually does the Indians. That's technically. Let's not get into Hendrick.
Into that. Let's just continue on with what I was saying. But Kyle Larson, and it hasn't been just. I mean, there was a time at Kentucky that he had the fastest car, then the track bar adjuster broke. Which, if you think about it, if it would have been this year, he probably would have won. Just saying.
There's no track bar adjustments anymore.
That's my point. So then his track bar would have been just fine. Because
I mean, I guess it still could have broke.
No, it was like wasn't it that his car track adjuster it just stayed where it was at?
I don't think Truex dominated. I don't ever remember him leading at Kentucky.
Larson lead at Kentucky except for a couple laps. Then once he finally got to the lead, he was in second for the longest time. Finally passed Martin Truex, and then he just slowed down because his track bar just.
I don't know. Kentucky was a bore. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, that was a sleep test. I fell asleep, and I woke up. I heard Larson's in the lead, and I'm like, "Let's go!" But yeah, that's really. I think
they talk about Martin Truex Jr. on a losing streak because he hasn't won since July. Any other driver, think about all the drivers ain't won since March. Clint Boyer's won by June, but we don't talk about that's a losing streak. It's just kind of funny.
Wait, people are talking about Martin Truex being on a losing streak?
Yeah. It's Jimmy Johnson on the year.
It's presumptuous. I mean, Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champion, hasn't won a race in 2 years.
Well, they hype that up. But it's when Fox ain't got nothing better to talk about. Based on the point this week,
but if I'm Fox, let's talk about how a 7-time is kind of sleeping on himself right now.
I was got another rant. How fans are saying Fox hates NASCAR because they cut the Hollywood Hotel.
But
this get off topic.
Okay, stop. They did, if I'm not mistaken, did they not get a much nicer studio?
Yes, that's my exact point. So why would you use the Hollywood Hotel? That's basically a trailer. When you go back to Charlotte and use a nice brand new studio, that's all 3D, virtual stuff.
No.
That was created by Epic Games.
They hate NASCAR. That the bottom line, they hate NASCAR. Why would you go to the Hollywood Hotel? Why? Get rid of the Hollywood Hotel. That the only I don't care if they got what a multi-million-dollar new facility with nice 3D stuff and all fancy looking. If they get rid of the Hollywood Hotel, they hate NASCAR. Bottom line.
Yep.
Can't make an argument. I mean, it's not like they're not investing it. They're not investing in the sport. I mean, they did not. Yeah. So what? They put a couple million in a new facility. So what? They got rid of the Hollywood Hotel,
which created by Epic Games, which more people watching NASCAR on Fox than playing Fortnite.
I think I'm actually going to clip this and probably like put it in a short. So just to clarify, that was a joke. I was being sarcastic. If you think that Fox hates NASCAR, I don't even know how to explain the amount of stupidity in that statement. But speaking of Fox, Fox is the one that is currently broadcasting the sport, and ratings are up 8%. Las Vegas.
They've gone up at least, I think.
And, no. Basically, Daytona was flat, and Atlanta was, I think, 1% below. Daytona did not improve. The initial ratings were up 2%, but when they went through and got them all, it was flat. Then Atlanta went down 1%, but Las Vegas improved 8%. I don't know, like, what really could have made a difference. I mean, it was obviously more interesting, but what made people turn on the TV is my question.
NASCAR did pay for more outside advertisement, but
right.
I don't think they did much.
But it kind of seems weird. Las Vegas just seems like a where
seeing the new package.
Another thing, the stands seem a lot fuller.
Well, Las Vegas always drawn in a good crowd, even though they don't.
Right, but it seems like the stands are fuller. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Lots of places took out stands to make them look fuller.
You know what, Kevin? Your logic.
We have to be negative. We have to be negative.
We have to be negative. NASCAR is a dying sport. Okay? It's a dying sport.
Joke. We've had to flash. If we record this, is where we put joke like flashing across the screen. If this is being pre-recorded, we would do that right now.
Well, I mean,
because
I might take some clips out, put them in a highlight video. I don't know.
Joke.
But yeah,
joke.
There anything else you want to talk about, January 20? You want to go on another rant there? What?
I got plenty of rants. Most of them about the fans.
If you want one more? I mean, we're almost at an hour. If you want to make it all the way there, I don't think we've made it to an hour yet.
I mean, get me fired up about something. We can do it.
Oh, you want to be more specific?
Just mention anything.
Anything.
The struggles of Indiana basketball. I'm kidding. That's a personal issues I have currently.
They just won like 20 against Illinois, didn't they?
Illinois, though, 11 and 18.
It doesn't matter. At least they won. I mean,
it's fun. I'm honestly surprised. I mean, we could talk about this after the podcast. Not like anyone's watching this anyway. Just hey, Flood Glass, if you're watching, you want to know how to get another better record next year? Do you want to know?
I guess we haven't made our predictions. We never make our predictions. We never did.
Let's just read off all the teams.
Let me go ahead and make mine real quick then.
All right. Well, let's talk about our sponsors. Here's a list of our sponsors.
That's gonna be up to you. Oh, that's our list of sponsors.
But if you'd like to sponsor us,
talk about the Xfinity race.
I didn't see the Xfinity race.
The one that hasn't even started yet?
They don't play. It's not until tomorrow.
That's my point. Talk about like what you think is coming up for the Xfinity race.
Kyle Busch going to dominate and win.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh. What do you see? Here's the thing.
Exactly.
I feel like picking Alex Bowman, so I'm going to. My apologies if that's offensive. Obviously, can't go against Harvick. We'll keep fish in the garage because I'm just saving picks. Who's all the way down here? That's probably Larson. I'll pick Daniel Hemrick, but there, no Larson, especially because I've already picked him twice because I forgot to change it. Let's go with I don't know.
Well, don't say them out loud so we can unveil them.
Well, I already said my 4 of them.
Well, we'll repeat them because I wasn't paying attention.
This guy's
And
pretty
neither were
I picked Kyle Busch yet. I might use one of them. I don't know.
Oh, wait, copyright. I'm thinking that. Players to Alex.
Oh, that's the garage. Okay, then I'll just leave that. Well, I've already given away pretty much my entire team.
Well, I've been paying attention, so you can go over it again.
I'll let you go ahead and go first since you came up with the idea.
All right, my 5 starters are. Can we get like the Hey song in the background? I'm just kidding. Kyle Larson is one of my starters.
He's starting 31st, Caleb.
Well, you see here. Here's the thing. I have recently had like my mind just like, well, you know what? That's not a good pick.
And it wasn't like he wrecked or anything. That was actually his top
I made this
speed.
before qualifying. Hi. My first pick is Eric Jones. My second garage pick.
You can only have one garage pick, yeah.
I mean, no, I said garage. My second starting is Chase Elliott. My third is Kevin Harvick. I hope I'm wrong. My fourth pick is Ryan Blaney. My fifth pick is Dennis Hamlin. In the garage, I have Alex Bowman. I picked Ryan Blaney correctly to win the poll. So hey,
shit! I forgot to do the stage one.
I have Kevin Harvick. Don't say him. Don't say him.
I said this guy. Is he a driver, Caleb? No.
All right, let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
Winning stage 1, I have Kevin Harvick. Winning stage 2, I have Kevin Harvick. Winning stage 3, winning the race, Kevin Harvick. And manufacturer, I have Ford.
All right,
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
But you gotta do it for the let me see it. All right.
Which week are you in?
My first stage, the Instagram community. So my first starter, don't know why I said stage. Ryan Blaney. He's the pole sitter. I usually pick the pole sitter, but I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant because I kind of want to. Oh, he actually has 10. Never mind. I'm not hesitant at all. Let's go. Brian Blaney. Yep. Let's go Blaney. Chase Elliott. He is my second starter. I haven't used him yet, but he's always usually fast here, so at least he can probably finish. And my third one. Caleb's going to disagree with me doing this, but Alex Bowman.
I put him in my garage, so I mean, I don't disagree with it.
I mean, I would, but why would you put somebody in your garage that you probably can just use as a filler? Like,
I mean,
are you really going to use Bowman down the line, or are you going to use?
I like to use him with the plates.
Busch? Right.
I don't have Kyle Busch in there at all. So
there's not 10 plates, but you could put Kyle Busch there. He'll probably give you a better finish than Alex Bowman would.
Yeah, but I like to save Kyle Busch when I know I'm going to use him. When I know.
But if you put him in the garage.
But I know I'm going to need him at some tracks.
But if you put him in the garage, it's not going to use up a usage.
But still, what if Bowman dominates for one? But you want me to use Alex Bowman? I can use my favorite driver.
No, you're not allowed to. Anyways, Kevin Harvick, I'm gonna have to put him in the garage after this. He's being retired from NASCAR for me. I've already used him 7 times counting this, or 7 times, or 3 times counting this.
I've used Harvick twice,
but I don't think you can really bet against him here. Eric Jones, he's usually fast here, so I put him there. Again, I haven't used him all season, so figured I'd go ahead and put him there. Kyle Busch. He's been in my garage all season because he's Kyle Busch, and I probably will need him later. He's in the garage today.
I have Jones and Denny as my fillers. Or kind of like
Um, I predicted what's his name, Harvick to win the pole. So let me see how that went. I have Ryan Blaney winning stage one. The reason I say this is I think he'll be able to pull away, and hopefully, I don't know. I guess it's. I guess I kind of. I don't know. I
seems
just
like the guy
want
who never wins a
here.
stage on the pole
We'll go with
to me
this.
for some.
We'll go with this. I want Ryan Blaney to win stage one. Therefore, he will win stage one. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
No.
Thank you. Then Harvick domination. Don't even have to say Harvick domination. Harvick being Harvick. That's what I expect for the rest of the race.
Then we'll get
I
it covered.
expect
Ryan Blaney will win.
Dab. Or Kyle Busch. Or he'll get encumbered and Ryan Blaney will get in third. Or Brian Blaney will get encumbered and Chase will get in fourth. And then, or, just kidding. Anyways.
Every chart sheet except like that Huff guy.
I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Anything you gotta add to the conversation, Chinry?
Dark horse.
This is tough. I mean, I don't know. Caleb, you make your pick. God damn it. I don't know.
Blaney's my dark horse. Because I don't think you consider him like a guy who wins every week yet. He will be, but you can't. I consider him.
I don't think
horse.
The pole driver is going to be my dark horse. I think he's kind of. I think people, even though, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't think he's really a dark horse because he's got the pole, so clearly he has a fast car. I would pick him, but I want to go with Chase.
All right.
I
don't think Chase is a dark horse.
He's
won 3 times. He won 3 times in 1 year.
Well, yeah.
I take him off my dark horse list.
Well, I mean,
he was a 3-time winner last year.
Yeah, but Jimmy Johnson's also a 7-time champion.
But did he win last year? Did he win 3 races last year?
No. No, he didn't.
Exactly.
Did
I pick Jimmy Johnson my dark horse?
No. But did Ryan Blaney? Shit. I'm fucking up here. Ryan Blaney was so really fast last year and probably could have had 3 wins very easily.
You see, here's the thing. He didn't. Maybe in your imagination.
Bet. Martinsville, his race till Clint Boyd took it. Kansas, okay. He was up there for us. Won a state.
Clint Boyd took away his one. Clint Boyd had like 200, had like half the race.
But he also had the lead in stage 2.
That's like saying.
He led.
That's like saying.
Hold on. He led the most laps at Martinsville. If not, he was damn near. He led half the race.
All right. This is my opinion. This is a random topic. It's not necessarily you, but every NASCAR fan drives me nuts when they say this driver did not deserve the win.
I didn't say Clint.
No, I'm not saying that.
I never said Clint Boyd didn't deserve the win. He deserved to win, but Blaney was the second fastest car there.
I ain't talking about this time. I'm talking about other fans. When shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's like saying the Cavaliers have the lead going.
He led a lot of points. He led a lot of laps. He won quite a few stages. He won a stage.
I know.
Just about every race there at the beginning. He kind of had to slow off, and then he was once again fast and won a race at the end. I mean, he was fast. Shut up. He was a fast car. I think he's at the current top team in the sport.
Yeah, I agree. No, second top team. Second team.
First.
I think they're the second best team. I don't know if this year, though, could change that. They win this week, they'll move up to first.
Yeah.
Now we're arguing. You know what? I'm going to come to you. We're going to dig it out.
One simple question. Blaney can be a dark horse. Who's your first?
What do you mean, my first?
Who's the top team in NASCAR right now?
Probably Haas Penske.
All right. Now I want you to think about this. Joe Gibbs has 4 top 10 drivers.
Yes.
Consistent, at least has probably 2 competing for a win each week. Usually Kyle Busch every week, and then either Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin, or Eric Jones usually seem to be up there. I mean, Martin Truex usually so. Stuart Haas has Kevin Harvick always competing for a win. Eric Almirola when he feels like it. Clint Bowyer when he feels like it. And Daniel Suarez being Daniel Suarez. And Penske is Penske. So so you think Joe Gibbs is third?
Yes.
Alrighty.
I mean, I think they'll move up because they got Truex this year, but it's too early to rank them.
All right. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If that's your opinion, that's fair. But the reason why I was so negative on you picking Blaney, I get that. I get your point. But when I think of a dark horse, I think more specifically of a track. You know what I mean?
I think of like a
Like
horse that's like black or darker color.
a driver that I pick, nicknamed Dark Horse. I think of a driver who specifically at that track is usually historically faster than he is at other tracks or better. So I don't usually pick Chase Elliott. I don't usually pick those guys. But I don't really know anybody else but Kevin Harvick, who's the favorite this week, that to pick as a dark horse. I mean, there isn't really like usually a dark horse. I will pick like a smaller team than Hendrick, but that's just who I
So
picked
I'm
this week.
just gonna say, if you think Joe Gibbs is a top team, let me
Wait,
ask you this.
is the top team or a top
Yes,
team?
the top team.
Right, ask me. Ask away.
Is Eric Jones a dark horse? Does he want to? He's only wins at a restricted plate track.
Yes.
Okay.
wait, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Has Eric Jones ever dominated a race? He's not there. All right, Caleb. But answer me this question. Answer me this question, Caleb. I know you can hear me. And answer me this question. Are you there? I know you're there because your camera's on. Answer me this question. Caleb. Caleb, answer me this question. Answer me this question. Are you there? I can hear you breathing. Are you there?
Yes.
Has Eric Jones ever in his NASCAR Cup Series career dominated a race? Has he even won a stage? I think he may have won like 2 or 3. on strategy or luck.
I mean, he won stage 3.
Yes, that's a good point, Caleb. But so has Blaney. He's won 2 stage 3s.
Yeah. One was by pure luck, and one I don't think he had the fastest car.
I'd say his cars. Damn.
Not bad cars.
But anyways.
People got pick at this point.
Here's my point. Has Eric Jones ever in his life shown potential to ever in his NASCAR Cup Series career dominated a race Ryan Blaney has? I mean, Blaney has
Blaney really dominated though?
Yes. You're quick to forget he dominated last year.
Right.
I mean,
okay,
dominated may be exaggeration, but he had the most laps led at the halfway point. And considering he kind of slowed down towards the end of the halfway point, I mean, that's kind of saying something.
He led 5 laps at Daytona. He is dominating out there. I'm kidding, but
wait, Eric Jones?
No, I'm making a joke. How you said he's dominant. Okay, that might be over exact. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean,
Derek Jones went 2 races. He's dominating.
I just want to see. I'm looking up Ryan Blaney's stats right now.
Yeah,
he's gotten pretty far. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this.
It's just an argument. We're arguing in front of people. I want divorce.
I think we were almost done.
I'm filing for divorce after this.
We've had multiple arguments like this, haven't we, Caleb?
We're not actually arguing. We're not actually arguing. We're joking. What kind of joke arguing?
All right.
If you can't tell.
Last year, he led 660 laps. Why is my voice kind of... Let's look at Eric Jones. All right, we're looking here.
Can you repeat that?
In reference, 660 laps led 2018. Eric Jones has led 410 in his entire Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series career.
Right. All right. Out of them 600 and some laps, how many of them were the last lap?
2.
Exactly.
But that still, I mean, there's been multiple cases of a car being really fast. That doesn't make them a dark horse. I mean,
the Pacers won 10 games last year. They are a dark horse. I don't know. I don't know why I got that. The Pacers, they won. Okay. They won 45 games. They're no longer a dark horse.
Here's my point. Blaney led more laps last year than Eric Jones has led in his entire career. So your point that Eric Jones being a dark horse means that Ryan Blaney should be a dark horse.
I was just comparing from drivers, but
I mean,
here's also the thing. I'm getting off topic again. But no one disagrees. I like Chase Elliott better than like Ryan Blaney, but I think Ryan Blaney's got the more successful career than Chase Elliott, even though Chase kind of peaked out first.
I can agree with that. I could definitely agree to that. For sure. I mean, if Blaney can finally get it done, heck yeah.
I mean, who knows? We could be all along. Who knows? That Huff guy could be the next greatest driver in NASCAR history. Who knows?
All right.
All these guys, Chase could be a bust. Blaney, you get my point.
But
for all we know, Ryan Preece could be the next greatest driver. I mean, we don't know.
What we're expecting is for them to take over Harvick, Busch, and them. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
As long as Harvick's in the sport, he's going to be
the top guy,
finishing better than Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, and all of them. But I could be wrong because I think this race is going to tell. Is Harvick able to continually be fast at ISM, or is Blaney and Chase actually faster?
Dark horses.
So,
By the
anyways,
way, people would joke about it. No need to call the authorities.
As I was saying, I do believe there is going to be a turning point, where we see Blaney, Chase, Jones stop becoming the dark horses, even though Blaney's not a dark horse, neither is really Chase, I guess, if that's true.
Chase is not a dark horse, but Blaney is.
But you got to think about it relative. How has Chase done this season?
With 3 races in.
Yes. But how has he done this season, speed-wise?
I mean, that Huff guy's looked faster, let's be honest.
Exactly. So, thinking relative, Chase is technically a dark horse.
All right, let's see. If the Warriors lose 3 straight games at the beginning of this, start out 0-3, does that make him a dark horse to win the NBA championship?
Well, are you saying Chase Elliott's going to win the championship this year?
He's one of my picks.
Oh, he is your pick. I forgot about that. Okay.
He's one of my picks.
All right. You win. I forgot that was your pick. That's why you don't think he's a dark horse. I see.
Well, obviously his slow start has not. He's one of my picks. I said him, Brad Keselowski. I forget who else I said was my pick at the beginning.
When I can just
say 3 guys, which will probably be Corey LaJoy. Was my other pick.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's going to win like every race.
So I guess this now brings us to yet another topic. Since it's already been.
We're going to go 2 hours.
Oh, okay, this will probably be the last one.
Hopefully, unless I might have to make
I spark something. And when I said Kevin Harvick, I kind of exaggerated when I said for as long as he's in the sport, because I think there is going to be a point where we see Chase, Blaney, as an example, surpass him. I mean, it happens. If it's not him, it's going to be Kyle Busch. And Harvick is 44, so he might retire before that day comes. But there is going to be a day that comes where Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney are leading the sport. And then there's going to be new Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney's, and William Byron's coming into the sport, and it just repeats itself.
Pretty much.
And I think what the problem is, we're just too impatient. I mean, look at the NBA right now. I mean, the Warriors are completely destroying the NBA. They're going to win another championship. And honestly, not a lot of people are. I mean, if you see it the same way as NASCAR, it's just the same old people up front. Well, in the NBA, it's the same old people up front. I mean,
that's the second most popular sport right now.
With the exception of LeBron, of course, being complete trash. But the Warriors are going to top the West. The East is interesting. Couldn't really tell you what's going on over there, but I think as it happens in other sports, there will be, believe it or not, whether he's 60 or 70 or 80 or 90, there will be a time where Tom Brady is surpassed by Patrick Mahomes or another young quarterback. I mean, it just happens. I mean, there's passing of sports. And I think NASCAR missed out on that. Dale Earnhardt died. I think that's...
Which Dale Earnhardt was kind of wasn't really the top driver.
I'd say he really kind of passed the torch to Jeff Gordon if it was to anybody. But then there wasn't really a passing of the torch to Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon kind of fell off before Jimmy. Jeff won his last championship in 2001.
Right, and then Jimmy Johnson did his Jimmy Johnson thingy.
To 2005.
Really took the torch, but for some reason, I don't think he really stuck with fans as much.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I feel like if he was somehow able to stick with fans, I mean, we could be talking a completely different type of NASCAR now. I mean, Hendrick would probably still be booming. You know, he might have won an 8th championship. I mean, believe it or not, fan support does somehow affect driver driver, how they perform. While it might be small, it can affect it, because if fans are coming in and buying your merch, if they're not filling up the stands, that does take away money from the drivers or the teams, which takes away money from the drivers' cars. I mean, am I just talking crap or am I right?
I don't think it'd add that much more, honestly. Though you could make an argument when Dale Jr. was with Hendrick, they were doing better.
Right,
And he's
because they were getting money because he's the most popular driver. They were getting funds. Nationwide funds. You know, I don't know.
I guarantee you not as much as they were when Dale Jr. was driving it. I can almost guarantee that.
But I feel like Alex Bowman has he done better? I feel like he's done better than Dale did at the end. I think not in his prime. Not in his prime. Don't. I'm walking a thin line. I know, but like towards the end of his the performance you're seeing at the end, Alex has done better.
Basically, just the last year was Dale Jr.'s last year. It was really his. And Dale Jr. 2009 to like 10 was his two worst years. And other than 9, 10, and 17, Dale Jr. was underrated in my opinion.
And I'm just curious because while I may be a basketball historian, I'm not a NASCAR historian. I mean, I know basic NASCAR history. When was Dale Jr. first introduced to NASCAR?
Like Xfinity or Cup?
When was his first full-time season?
2000.
Age?
26.
How old is Alex Bowman? 27?
24. No, he's 26. I gotta check that.
We'll talk about this later. That's not something really podcast worthy. But I hope you guys enjoy this very long podcast. I'm sure you guys haven't watched the entire thing. But thank you for watching if you got to this point. And
we weren't actually arguing, by the way.
Multiplayer. And yeah, I just want to say this won't be the last time that we have it was kind of an argument, I would say. But it's not like... It was
a joke argument. A screaming
it
wasn't
really. It was an argument, but it
was more of a debate than an argument.
We don't have. Yeah, it was a debate. It wasn't really an argument. Like we're still friends,
We're not like. Actually, I'm gonna make fun right now.
You don't hate each other. It's not gonna be the last time you see Caleb on the podcast because now we hate each other and don't want to. No, it won't be the last time.
This is ridiculous.
I'm sure we'll have another debate on here. I mean, we don't always agree, and we've had NASCAR debates on Xbox before. Okay, so if you're watching, you've been there for that. So
like 2 years
that's really all I got. Caleb, you got any closing statements or anything?
I hate you. I'm done with you.
And goodbye. That's all we got for
the worst friend ever.
See you guys next Friday at 8 p.m. once again.
I'll be right back.
That's all I got. Peace out.